in the heart of the city's skyline, the penthouse is more than a dwelling, it's a canvas of elevated expression. Today's video explores how refined interior design meets the soul of imperfection through handmade artistry, embracing tactile, emotional, and thoughtful approaches rooted in American-style philosophies. This narrative celebrates penthouse interiors that speak through curated textures, organic materials, and sculptural accents, all guided by a reverence for beauty that is both refined and delightfully imperfect. A penthouse apartment is typically celebrated for its height and prestige, but its true potential lies in its atmosphere. Beyond the skyline panoramas, penthouse living allows for an interior narrative that is layered, soulful, and distinctively personal. We'll dive into how design choices can turn high-rise spaces into elevated sanctuaries filled with warmth, authenticity, and crafted detail. Handmade imperfect beauty is about honoring the human touch. From ceramic vases shaped slightly unevenly to brushstroke textures on walls, these elements create a space that feels lived in and loved. In a refined penthouse setting, this approach brings grounding contrast to an otherwise sleek, modern structure, offering balance between polish and soul. Neutral palettes lay the foundation for refined interiors, especially in penthouse spaces where natural light plays a starring role. Think layered whites, sandy taupes, clay-inspired browns, and dusty charcoals. These tones make handmade textures pop and allow curated imperfections to stand out with elegance and serenity. Incorporating materials like raw linen, reclaimed wood, hand-poured concrete, and soft clay introduces authenticity into high-end design. These organic elements provide a tactile experience, subtly inviting inhabitants to touch, feel, and connect. The materials reflect the evolving nature of handcrafted items, honoring their origin stories and makers' marks. Sculptural, handmade lighting can transform a room from merely beautiful to transcendent. In the Penthouse, pendant lights made from hammered brass, hand-blown glass chandeliers, or textured paper lanterns cast warm, ambient light while celebrating craft. Their irregular forms evoke a sense of artistic storytelling, echoing the handmade theme with elegance. Combining ultra-modern architecture with handcrafted accents yields a dynamic contrast. Smooth marble countertops can be softened by hand-thrown pottery. Steel-framed windows find their match in linen drapery. This interplay reflects a modern American design principle, pairing innovation with nostalgia to form a layered aesthetic narrative. Handmade wooden benches, artisanal leather chairs, and imperfectly carved coffee tables bring soulful weight to a penthouse interior. Unlike mass-produced furniture, these pieces carry the individuality of their makers. Each nick, groove, and curve tells a story, becoming more beautiful as they age and develop patina. From wall hangings to plush area rugs, handwoven textiles introduce warmth, depth, and story. Wools dyed with natural pigments and weaves with uneven tension create visual rhythm. In a penthouse, layering these textiles atop concrete or hardwood adds contrast and coziness, reinforcing the handmade beauty throughout. American interior decor embraces ceramic artistry as both functional and aesthetic. Vases with uneven lips, mugs with finger marks, and imperfect bowls bring charm and intentionality to everyday living. In the penthouse kitchen or dining space, they shine when paired with minimalist shelving and ambient lighting. Walls don't need to be flat or flawless. In this design approach, hand-troweled plaster or lime wash finishes add character. The texture catches light in different ways throughout the day, changing the room's mood with the sun. It's a quiet rebellion against pristine surfaces, inviting authenticity. Art pieces in this narrative lean into form and shadow over polish. Think of abstract clay sculptures, driftwood wall hangings, or forged iron mobiles. These pieces echo wabi-sabi principles, celebrating the raw, the weathered, and the asymmetrical, anchoring high-rise living in deeply human artistry. Organic styling includes embracing plants that grow in uneven directions or wear age in their leaves. In a penthouse, oversized terracotta planters house monstera with curling leaves or olive trees with twisted trunks, showcasing beauty and imperfection and adding life that feels unruly yet stunning. Layering is an essential technique for handmade-focused decor. Linen throws over boucle chairs, stacked books next to asymmetrical pottery, or antique mirrors above rough-hewn wood create a dialogue between objects. Each piece contributes to the conversation of the room, building a cohesive, yet imperfectly poetic space. Incorporating hand-painted wall murals or custom brushwork details adds narrative depth to the penthouse. These can reflect personal stories, cultural influences, or abstract emotion. It's a highly individual touch that replaces mechanical wallpaper or mass-produced prints with human expression that's rich and resonant. The goal of handmade imperfect beauty is not to impress, but to express. Refined penthouse design, in this context, becomes less about show and more about soul. Each piece, from textiles to ceramics, is chosen to evoke feeling, softness, nostalgia, calm, not perfection or symmetry. This aesthetic redefines minimalism, not as stark and cold, but as mindful and intimate. A penthouse styled with intention might feature fewer items, but each carries emotional weight. Soft textures, warm lighting, and imperfect surfaces ensure the space feels serene, lived in, and uniquely welcoming. There's pride in showcasing the work of artisans, especially American craftspeople whose skills span generations. Whether it's Appalachian woodworking, Southwestern ceramics, or contemporary Brooklyn glasswork, these pieces root the design in local culture and give the penthouse authenticity that transcends trends. Unlike ultra-polished interiors that aim to resist time, this design philosophy embraces it. Scratches, stains, and wear are seen as life marks. A penthouse styled this way becomes more beautiful over time, a living environment that evolves with its inhabitants, not in spite of them. Chic, refined, and handmade can coexist. In fact, when they do, they create a new kind of luxury, one that values story, emotion, and character over perfection. This penthouse interior narrative reflects the richness of imperfection, celebrating everything that is crafted, flawed, and beautiful. It's a reminder that the highest form of style is deeply personal, inherently human, and entirely unique.